co-host, Jordan.
And I'm your co-host, Leah.
Fairy tales are just the beginning. This is the podcast all about, you guessed it, our hot takes on books you love and love to hate.
We are covering everything from fantasy to sci-fi to romance to thrillers.
So no, this isn't a deep dive or lit review. It's just straight up opinions or hot takes, if you will. We're just two friends who read too much and talk even more.
Mateys, we are talking all things today. Six of Crows and the Grishaverse. All the books, all the seasons, fair game. P.S. We do occasionally use some grown-up words in this podcast, so watch yourself.
We've got a variety of segments we plan to cover, but we're keeping it loose and fun. So if you have a book rec or hot take that differs from ours, we'd love to hear from you. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Once.Upon.a.Hot.Take. Today's episode is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo.
That's right. That's how you say that. We looked it up. But okay, before we get into our first segment that we always do, we're going to start with just a general hot take question. So Jordan, what is your favorite household chore?
It's gotta be laundry.
Oh, that's mine too. Okay, tell me why.
I think it's so easy. You throw it in the wash, you walk away.
You let it do its thing.
Yeah, and then you put it in the dryer. And then you just quick fold it and put it away.
Right, it doesn't even have to look good.
And nothing's even that dirty. I hate touching dirty things. I hate when my hands are dirty, so all of the actual cleaning jobs are gross.
Yeah, like the floors, like just stepping in the grossness. No.
Yeah.
I would agree with laundry. I am a list person. I love lists. I love checking things off lists. Laundry is an easy weekly thing to just boop, I did it, it's done. I love popping in a podcast when I'm folding. I can usually do it like when the kids are doing stuff too, so it's not like I have to focus on this and this only. So yeah, I'm loving it.
Good hot takes. Let us know what your favorite household chore is.
Let us know.
Okay, so Leah, let's get it rolling with the non-verbal reaction to Six of Crows.
I have three, so this is what we got. Okay, so first one, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't decide which one to go with, so that encapsulates all of what I'm rolling with. Okay, should we do yours first, or do we want to unpack mine?
Let me do mine, and then we'll unpack. You
Circle
unpack,
back.
And then I'll unpack.
Go.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see that. Yes. All right, so mine, loved it. Loved this whole thing. I loved this universe. I loved all the characters. I loved the whole anti-hero aspect of it. I think I even cried a few times during reading the duology. I was just into it. Like, these were my people. I felt good about them. I cared about them. I was rooting for them. I was here for it.
Wow. This is going to be quite an episode.
Wild and chilling.
Yeah, so I went with a cold shiver. This world is cold. We're in the ice court for most of the book.
Yep.
I don't get any warm, fuzzy feelings at all during this book. That's why I went with a little freezing shadow.
It is dark. It is dark. So we picked this book because we got a little overambitious with what we were planning to cover, and we're like, you know what, we're not going to have time to read a book before the next time we need to record something. So we wanted to pick a book that we had read somewhat recently, and then we could just kind of like quickly revisit it and go back to it. So I actually read this a few years ago, but I loved it very much, and I don't think I'm caught up on the Netflix season. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So that's why we picked it. Just to give a little summary of this book, we got a ragtag crew of thieves, assassins, BFFs in the criminal underworld. So it is Ocean's 11 meets Peaky Blinders meets fantasy. Grisha are, that's kind of the magical component in this world. They are people who have magical powers. Depending on what region you're in, the Grisha are honored and revered, or they're abused and enslaved. So our key players in this book are Kaz. He's the leader of the Crows, and he is, he's very, I don't know if charismatic is the right word, but he's a guy. We've got a scientist that in one of these places that I can't really remember developed a drug that heightens Grisha powers, right? So makes them uber powerful, but it's super addicting and just wrecks their bodies. So that's kind of the major plot. Then we've got people who want this drug to enslave the Grisha. So they task Kaz with capturing the scientist, bringing him into them, and then they'll pay Kaz a bunch of money. And he is like, great, money, sign me up. Then we've got Inej. Is that how we're saying it? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I agree with Inej.
Good. Good. What's that Taylor Swift song? The Betty. Who's the character that starts with an I? Can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name.
That rumor that you told Inej. Inej, is that what we're calling her?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, that's where I got it from. I was like, and I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce her name. But anyway, she's in there. She's a character. She's sort of a love interest, but not really. We've got Nina, or Nina, if you're Jordan. She's a Grisha. Jasper, he's a skilled marksman, and this is sort of not sort of, it is a spinoff of the Shadow and Bone series, which I had not heard of before this. So that's where we are. All right, Jordan, start us off with your favorite character or overall thoughts.
Overall thoughts.
Yeah, give us that.
Yeah. Unlike Leah, I think this world is depressing. It's not a place I want to visit, which is something that I really cherish in books. It's like the desire to want to be there. So, like you talked about, it's a very intricate heist novel. Also turns out that's not really my jam. I don't care for a heist.
Who would have known?
And I didn't know. This was my true first heist book. Didn't love it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the patience for all of the prep work up front.
Yeah.
And like all of the going back and getting like their background stories on the main crew was too slow. I was like, once the heist was on,
heisting.
I was like, please just keep going. I do not care anymore. I don't care about their backgrounds. We need to get through this heist, and I need to know how it ends. So it was a grind for me. It took me a lot to like get into it, but like once the heist was on, I was hooked.
You were in.
Yep.
Okay. Fair. So I liked it. I thought the plot for a while was pretty fast paced. I would agree with you. There were some parts where it was like, okay, let's go. I really like how she built the world as you were reading. I feel like some fantasy authors just drop you in and be like, good luck, figure it out. And you're like, who, what? And some take too long to introduce things. I thought she did a really nice blend of building that world in a way that made sense to me. My hottest of takes is this duology is far superior to the Shadow and Bone series. I know you've not read them, but I think that they are way, way better. Had I read the Shadow and Bone first, probably wouldn't have picked up Six of Crows, because I would have been like, I don't care anymore. But is that because I read Six of Crows first before the Shadow and Bones? We'll never know.
No, we won't. That's true.
But I do really like this side of the world better. I think these characters have much more of a personality. They're also just stronger. Lena annoys the crap out of me in the show, especially in the show. But I really like all these characters here. I felt like I cared about them.
Okay. What is
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But it is also good. I did like it. I liked it just as much.
Yeah.
Probably not, because you don't want to read it.
I did start it to cover the major cliffhanger that this first book leaves us on. I was like, I have to know how they get Inej back.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't expect us to. Once they got her back, I was out. I was like, okay, done.
Oh, we got her. All right, so describe to me your experience reading this.
Okay. I think I read this book ago. I think I read this like 10 months ago, and it was a slow read. I was just reading it at home. Nothing fancy going on in my life. Yeah, and it was slow, and I didn't feel any real connection to the characters or the world, and I wasn't there. It didn't get its hooks in me.
You weren't icing with them.
No, I wasn't. The book iced me.
I read this a few years ago. I remember it was August. So for me is right before school starts, and you just get that excited, like, oh, what's gonna happen? You don't know, the world is your oyster feeling. So like that was hitting right away. I definitely was probably grunched up like the gray monster. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go see our reel on Instagram that explains how we are fall readers. But yeah, that definitely would have been the vibe I was going for when I was reading here. All right, should we bust into fave character?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or second?
I was just talking for a while.
Okay. I'm going with Inej.
Okay.
So I remember feeling the most connected to her character throughout my read. Oh my goodness, when she made that climb up the incinerator shaft.
I know. I'm sweating.
My heart was racing during that scene. I think I felt the most connected to her because her background was the most heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's very heavy. She had not lived an easy life, and she had to turn to sex work early on with no way out because of the nasty evil woman, Tante Helene.
Tante, you bitch!
Oh, she is it's unbelievable how terrible some women are in the world.
Yeah.
You'd think women are more empathetic, but
No.
it's just not always true.
No.
And then my last point, Kaz was her savior, and their relationship is quite meaningful considering how broken each of them are.
Oh, I know. They're so broken.
They're so broken.
But I can't see that they will hold each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mine is Kaz. I love this guy. He's the classic, like, anti-hero. And his backstory, when you get it, when he has to wear the gloves, oh my gosh, literally dagger to the heart. I was probably sobbing at that point. I was like, oh, my guy. And then I did not like Matthias, how are you saying him? He got on my nerves. Like, he just seemed whiny and broody. I think I liked him more in book 2, honestly, if I'm remembering. But in this one, I'm just like, guy, like, let loose a little. Like, just chill, okay? We're in a cold place. Like, relax.
He's a Druska.
Yeah. I do like how she, like, pulls, like, Russian themes and names and vibes. Thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Puts you in a different place.
I get it. Cool, because it's cold.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, tell us the character cocktail that you concocted for us today.
Okay. Actually, I want to backtrack real quick.
Backtrack.
When you talked about Kaz's background story,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh. That was the most disturbing.
Oh, I know. I was, like, reading it and getting icked out, like,
Yeah, so basically, if I'm remembering correctly, he, as a child, was on a barge of dead bodies because of maybe something like the plague that had gone through Ketterdam.
Yep.
The worst city in the any fantasy world.
Yeah, just not an enjoyable place to be.
No. So as a child, they thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And they chucked him onto this barge of dead bodies that goes to an island.
Yep.
And he was like, he came to from his
Right. Can you imagine,
coma,
like, just a
buried
arm
in dead
on your
bodies.
face?
Oh, no. That was the most disturbing scene. Like, how do you even come up with something like that? I don't know. That was too much for me. Yeah. Okay. So on to the character cocktails. We're going pretty basic today. Turns out we both love anything caramel from McDonald's. So we are drinking the caramel frappes from McDonald's.
I get it, because it's cold. That was really thought out. That was a good one. That was all right. Jordan's 2 for 2 on cocktail creations here. So, all right. So I came up with Kaz's drink. He's got to definitely have something dark and broody, right? Definitely not sweet and sugary. So I'm thinking like one of those like craft old fashions, but like the kind that doesn't use a wash. Like it's just like rye whiskey, bitters, and then one of those big old squares of ice cubes, right? Like, how do you even make those, by the way? Like, those are so cool.
Yeah. You get like a giant mold.
Oh, like a mold, yeah. Okay. Or maybe, you know what? No, even ice for him, because he's just badass like that.
I agree. Yeah. No ice. Yep.
And he's probably he's doing it like a shot, too. Like, it's supposed to be a sipping cocktail, and he's like, nah, throwing it back.
With no face afterwards.
No face, yeah, just dip down. Another one.
No chaser, no face.
Nope, he just walks out then after that.
Dead inside.
Dead inside. Legit, yes. Well, okay. Highs and lows. So, highs. I think Leigh Bardugo is a fantastic author. I really like this writing style. I vibed with it. I thought her characters come alive. I talked about this before, how she gave just the little tidbits to let the world build in manageable bites. I knew exactly what was going on, because I felt like in Fourth Wing, there was something at the end that they like introduced, and I was like, wait, what? This concept was never talked about in the beginning at all. What are you talking about? Like, I felt like that was hard to swallow and wrap my mind around. I didn't feel like that in this world. I was with it. I was getting it. And oh man, I think she's a master backstory writer, and I love me a good backstory. Oh, that just gets me every time.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, you're never lost in this world.
Right.
You know exactly what's going on.
Who's who, where you're at.
Yep. Totally agree.
My low then is it did start off a little slow, took a bit to get into it, and I feel like there were some plot holes in the heist that I was like, that doesn't seem like that would happen. That, like things just fell into place a little too easily for something this big.
Okay, that's fair. My highs, the entire prison escape was a lot of fun to read. Like, there's more that we're going to talk about in terms of like specific scenes, but overall, it was like they were just about to get caught, and then something would happen, and they would get out of it. And it was like either through like their planned interventions or divine fate, like things would always work out their way. Really enjoyed that part of the book. My lows, the entire first half of the book when we're in Ketterdam.
Just
it's
the
so
bottom
depressing.
of the barrel.
It's so depressing.
Literally.
Like it like didn't allow me to like get into the world because I was so
grossed out.
Yes, it gave me the ick.
Oh.
I was so not there for it.
Yep.
Yep.
So my favorite scene, I would have to say, was Nina taking the Jurda, whatever that drug is, to heighten the Grisha powers. Yeah. And she took out all of the sailors on the boat. Like, I was like, because I had no idea how they were getting out of that one. I was like, what are you going to do here, folks? Like, we're stuck. And then just bam, annihilates them. I thought that was great.
That was really cool. I did not see that coming. My favorite scene is also a Nina scene.
Nina. This is, okay. I was going to make a reel about this too somewhere. Like, I'm real bad at name pronunciation, like real bad. So this is always fun to hear people say them out loud. And then I'm like, that's how, okay. But I think I'm right, so.
I'll never forget when we were covering, which book of the Fourth Wing series has Theophany in it, because we did our book club chat, and I said Stephanie, and everyone laughed at me.
You mean Theo Fanny?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Okay, but my favorite scene is, okay, we're still in the heist. She is...
We're pretty cold, because it's still cold.
Yes, so she's trying to, what's the word? Like, trick Jarl Brum, the evil Druskull. That was Matthias's mentor.
Boss guy,
yeah. Whoever growing up.
Yep.
His old mentor. So, okay. I knew she was going to get caught there.
Yeah.
I did not know it was going to be Matthias's fault. But then the double cross afterwards.
Double cross.
Oh my gosh. When Matthias takes out Jarl, as they're like watching Nina in the prison cell, I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh,
he does.
Yes, because the whole book you're like, does Matthias actually love Nina?
Right.
Nina? Damn,
Yep.
now I don't even want to say.
Nina.
So I was, that double cross was incredible.
Yes.
Loved that scene. Okay, the worst scenes for me were Nina and Matthias's flashbacks. Boring. Because I think most of their flashbacks were happening during the heist, and I was like, just
the action.
Give me the heist. If you wanted me to care about this, I needed this before the heist began.
Sure. Yep.
So
I don't really have a worst scene, but I would agree with you on the Nina and them. Oh, I almost had to sneeze, but then it went away. And we don't have a producer for this episode, so that's probably staying in.
Yeah.
Steven. Okay. What I would change, though, is, Matthias needs more of a personality. Like, I get, you're supposed to be the solemn, tough Russian guy, but that's boring. Like, I don't want to read about you. So, he needed a bit more for me.
Totally agreed. Are you ready for my hot take?
Give it.
The title of the book. 6 of Crows just sounds weird. I get that there are 6 of them, and Kaz runs the Crows Club, but there had to be a better option. Like, this just does not flow off the tongue that well.
No, and I always am like, is it the 6 of Crows or just 6 of Crows? And I think there's no the.
I agree. I don't think there's any the. But
again,
I
kept saying the 6 of Crows, yes.
I don't like it. I was like, maybe come up with something better, like Ice Court or Jailbreak or Hopeless. Like,
or just cold, dark, icy place.
Or The Great Escape. Featuring boys like girls.
Yes. So if any authors out there ever need help titling your books, hit us up. We got you. We got you.
Also, again, maybe just make some part of the world a place that I would want to escape to. I can't get over it.
Actually, I think that's her jam because none of the other books have desirable places that you want to be. So
yeah, this is a book I'm running as far away from this world as possible.
Yeah,
I'm not running to it.
You're not like, I don't want to be there.
This isn't Valeris.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Let's go to Rivendell.
This isn't Hogwarts. Like, get me out of here. I never want to see Ketterdam in my life.
No. We'll put that with like Beyond the Wall. Like, no thank you.
Yep.
No thank you. Okay, so now we're up for a little game of FMK, Jordan.
Let's go.
All right, start us off. Who you got?
Okay. Through process of elimination.
Oh, all right.
My fuck is Jesper.
Oh, okay.
So Kaz can't physically touch anybody. That's a pretty big deal breaker there. Wylan is 15, so that's gross.
Hard pass. Yep.
And being straight rules out Inej and Nina.
Yep.
Now I'm saying it. And with my Marion kills, all I'm left with is Jesper. So
all right. So I picked Kaz.
Oh.
Thinking that, for me, maybe he would overcome his.
Oh my gosh.
But he's not a book boyfriend for me. No, I wouldn't seek him out.
No, agreed.
No. All right. Well, I am marrying Jesper.
Oh.
He's such a goofball. He'd be so fun. We'd be joking all the time, heisting all the time. It'd be a good time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I chose Matthias.
Oh. Ew.
What? He's the only one with a moral compass.
All right. Okay. Yes. But what would you talk about? You'd never have anything to talk about. You'd just be a lump. Sitting there the whole time.
That's true, I guess.
You could just podcast with me to get your talks out. Okay, who are we killing?
There's so many options. I did go outside the 6.
Okay, yeah.
I already talked about him. Jarl Brum.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
He's a racist asshole with so much hate in his heart for the Grisha.
Yep.
To hate another human to such a degree that you would hunt them down.
Yeah.
Just because they are different from you is so egregious and immoral and just pure evil.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Goodbye.
I picked Pekka mostly because in book 2 we do get a little bit more of some of the naughty stuff, the bad stuff that he did, and you are just like, you are the worst, because he was very manipulative, took advantage of people who trusted him, and just like a con man, but not the kind that we like Kaz.
Yep. I mean, he was definitely on my list of considerations, but
yeah, but I did really like him as a villain. He was very twisty and devious. Like, he played the long game. He was a good book villain to have.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, surprise question time. I have 3 surprise questions.
Oh my gosh! Okay. Oh,
I had to make up for last week.
Oh yeah, when I put you on the spot, you didn't have one.
I did not have one, so I'm coming in strong this time.
All right.
If you had to be one character from the squad, who would you be?
I feel like probably Jesper, because we have similar personalities. We try not to take things too seriously. When everybody's getting down, we're like, hey guys, it's going to be okay. A little bit of a jokester. So yeah, I'd probably be him.
But he's a Grisha.
Yeah.
Are you okay with?
That would not be my power that I would choose, but I guess I'd have to.
Because if you were
that was my surprise question!
What power would you want?
All right, good. Well, that was my question too, and I did a little summarizing of what the different types of Grisha are so we could remind ourselves. So heartrender is someone who can manipulate the human body. And all of these have like different subcategories. So like, your power could be to heal, or your power could be to hurt, or your power could be to tailor, like you can like change your physical appearance or the appearance of someone else. Summoners can control things in nature, shadow, light, wind, rain, things like that. And a fabricator can manipulate like metals, iron, and chemicals. So, which Grisha power are you choosing?
The middle one.
The middle one. You want to summon things. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I like the elements. This is pulling from my deep love for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yes. 4 memories.
Yes. What's your pick?
I'd probably pick a Heartrender, but specifically the Taylor portion. I would like to be able to, like, you know, change hair color at will, or eye color, or different things like that.
Yep, that is cool. Go in disguise or look different for your classroom every day.
Still me, don't even worry about it.
Okay, my last question for you. Would you have made it up the incinerator shaft?
Hell no! No way!
You don't have to be an edge.
No!
You're climbing the rope.
No! 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 The stakes are too high. No, I'm not even attempting that. No.
That was the craziest scene. It
Yeah.
really was.
What are you doing? No. It did remind me. Okay, wow, this is a little weird. In Toy Story 3, have you seen it?
No.
I have only seen portions of it because last summer the kids were obsessed with it.
Wow,
There is one scene, all the toys get like garbage trucked out. They're in the garbage truck area where, okay, they're like going on a conveyor belt, and then at the end of the conveyor belt they drop off into the incinerator of fire, and they're like looking around, they're like, oh, there's no way we can get saved. And there is this moment, like, I almost got teary-eyed. These animators were so good, like the looks that the characters exchanged, and they were like, we're gonna die, and they all just reached for each other's hands. I was like, oh, like I was getting emotional. Like the emotion that they could put in those characters' eyes. Do you want to know how they get saved?
Yeah.
The claw! Yes! The Pizza Planet minion guys come in and save them.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, what a timeout throwback. It's so good.
I have not watched the Toy Story
You don't need to.
series.
That's the most intense part of the movie. So.
Okay, we are on to our Harry Potter legendary location scale. Would you like to give the overview of the 5 locations?
Yes. So we've got Hogwarts. This book is a masterpiece. You want to keep coming back here. It is a true classic. We don't have any flaws. You loved these characters, and if there happened to be any plot falls, that was all overshadowed because of the awesomeness of it. Then we have level 4, the Burrow. It's heartwarming, it's magical, feels like coming home, maybe a little messy, but it's got charm. And then Diagon Alley, it's crowded with ideas. Some things don't quite work, but you know, there's still some gems that are present. Privet Drive, not an easy read. It's dull. You're just kind of like, where's the magic? What's going on here? Or Azkaban, just a punishing experience. This book was a chore. You just feel drained and sucked out by the end.
So I am going with Diagon Alley.
Okay, I was like, if you go Azkaban on this.
No, I'm not going Azkaban.
Okay.
My quick summary is the heist portion of the book, 5 stars. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Everything else, 2 stars. So I'm landing in the middle.
Good math right there.
Thank you.
Yep. You know what? I'm going 5. I'm going Hogwarts. I loved this universe. I loved these characters. This was a big, like, I hyped this book up in my classroom that whole year. I was like, everybody needs to read this book. So.
Wow.
Yeah. This is my first 5-star rating on this podcast.
Yes, it is.
Episode 2. We already got a 5-banger.
Not a consensus 5-banger.
No, yeah. So
not unanimous.
But I mean, that's what hot takes are all about, you know. So.
Well, honestly, Goodreads has this coming in at 4.46 stars, over 1.1 million ratings. So I'm in the minority here.
Okay.
There's way more people in agreement with you than they are with me.
I knew it. I love to be right. Which is so funny because we're going to talk about that when we talk about The Silent Patient coming up. I have some big psychological points to make on that one.
Ooh, okay.
But that's a little teaser for our next episode. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads just because, the backstories, Kaz, it made me cry. This definitely is a book I'm recommending to my fantasy reading students.
Okay. Oh, well, that's the next segment.
Ooh, yeah.
Recommend this too.
Okay, well, I said, yep, those students. Anyone who's into fantasy, anyone who likes Peaky Blinders, I feel like could be into this, even if you're not necessarily a fantasy reader, because the fantasy aspect wasn't too overwhelming in this book. It seemed like it was a normal kind of world. I totally found it a really appropriate YA book. There was not a lot of inappropriate things that I'm like, nope, 14-year-olds can't read this. So for that reason, I do recommend to my students. And the person that I'm picking that I think would actually enjoy this book is JB.
Shout out.
JB, if you're listening, call in now. If JB hasn't read this book, JB, I think you should check it out, buddy. I think you'd like it.
I have nothing to add to what you said. Mainly my main thought was if you really like heists, this is a pretty good book to check out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna add anything extra to what you just said. So I do wanna. So we have a segment called First Read versus a Reread. Just want to let you all know, I've read this book one time, and I do not plan on revisiting it.
Going on the record. And this would be one I would go back to again. I would not read Shadow and Bone series again. I would read the Six of Crow duology again. I do like these people, and I'd be curious to see what more I pick up on too, kind of now knowing the outcome. But like we got too many books to read now, so it's gonna be a while before I go back.
Yep, it will be. Okay, the cover design. So I've already kind of ripped this to shreds in regards to the title, so I don't have a ton more to add here.
Just do better. So I've got some thoughts. I thought maybe like Kaz's glove could be in there somehow.
Ooh.
See, that's like an important point. Jesper's gun, maybe. Definitely, I like the spooky crow aspect of it. A deck of cards could be fun. And then I was like, you know what? Like, what other ideas are I Googled, like, why is the cover the way it is? And Google told me it's a play on words relating to the deck of cards, not just necessarily their crow game. The significance of the crow-headed cane and a casino called the Crow Club. So it was kind of pulling from all of that. And I said, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the ice court silhouette could have been a neat backdrop.
Ooh, yeah, like kind of in the distance, like faded in the back. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So authors, if you need help book designing, we're here. Taking clients. So we have another segment now that our social medias are up and running. We can actually engage in this segment. So that's exciting. And it is, what are your fan thoughts? So we've been having some posts out there being like, what do you think? Is this on your to be read pile? Did you read it? Do you like it? What are your thoughts? And we've had a couple people chime in with that. So even after the fact too, if you have thoughts, let us know. We can always circle back in next episodes. But we've got, shout out to Laura. She said this is definitely on her TBR pile. At Mirza Writer said, quote, I didn't enjoy it as much as others did, and I think Leigh Bardugo, it just isn't the author for me. So Jordan, I feel like, can appreciate that one.
Me and Mirza, we're on the same page.
And I feel I can relate because I think I've discovered that Sarah J. Maas is that for me. Like, people love her. I don't love her. So we'll talk. We got more hot takes on that. There's going to be a whole ACOTAR episode later. We got to do a reread for that one. And then RJ McPherson Books gave it a praise hands in the air emoji and a heart emoji. So
nice.
That's what we got for some fan thoughts on the Six of Crows.
Awesome. So yeah, be sure to be sending in your fan thoughts to us. Okay, what's next?
I guess we'll just talk briefly about the show. There's a Netflix show. Jordan didn't even know.
Nope, had no idea this existed.
But it combines the Shadow and Bone and the Six of Crows and like weaves them together in one storyline. So if you don't want any spoilers, you should read all 6 books or 5 books, however many, before you go take a look at the show, because it like interweaves them. And the show is I didn't particularly care for at first who they cast for Kaz, but then he started to grow on me. I think it was cool how they intertwined the books. That was a nice touch. Kiergan, who is the enemy in the Shadow and Bone series. Oh, I liked him. He was a good bad guy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is, did you say Netflix?
Yeah,
okay.
It's called the Shadow and Bone series.
Oh, I do actually remember seeing that. Did not put it together that was...
I don't think you're going to love it, because I don't think you're going to like Alina. She's kind of a weak...
She's from the Shadow and Bone series.
Yeah, she's a main character, but she's a lot of like, I can't do it. Ugh. She comes into her own eventually, but it just, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that then. All right. So I think we're wrapping up. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo.
Bardugo.
So what are your thoughts? Let us know at Once.Upon.A.Hot.Take@gmail.com or on Instagram and TikTok. We would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed today's episode, go and leave us a review and give us a follow so more book lovers can find our show.
That's what we want. We are going to be covering The Silent Patient next. So if you want to follow along with that, go ahead and get started on reading that. And just remember, fairy tales are only the beginning. So unplug for a bit and dive into the next adventure with us. If you have any book suggestions, we would love to hear from you. Hit us up. Bye.
Bye.